First off, we touched down with former Alouettes quarterback Anthony Calvillo. He was the heart and soul of the team, and it's clear that the Owls have no replacement for him yet. Calvillo returns to Montreal after a long summer vacation outside Canada and spoke with our Sean Coleman.
Joined now by Alouettes legend, former quarterback Anthony Calvillo. Anthony, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me, Sean.
All right, so your first year retirement, are you having fun away from the game of football?
It's actually been relaxing, to be honest with you, to be home and just sit back and just spend time with the family and not worrying about a playbook or getting hit anymore. So it's been fun.
The body's a little bit rested now, 21 years. I'm sure that's a lot of wear and tear on you. But at the same time, is there anything that you're missing from the game?
Well, it's just more just hanging out with the guys, to be honest with you. I do, I don't like getting hit, and now I don't have to worry about that anymore. So now it's just a matter of just enjoying my time.
I guess it's a big transition for you in life, and it was a big transition for the Alouettes, going from a stable quarterback to yourself. This year, everything a little bit up in the air, 4 different quarterbacks. In your opinion, was there anything the team could have done differently to ensure a smoother process from yourself to the next guy?
That's always been a big question. I mean, I know for me when I was here, I always took all the reps. The starting quarterback always took all the reps, and the backup had to be able to adjust from there. And honestly, I didn't want to give up any reps because I needed to get every rep to make sure that I was going to be able to play my best game all the time. So coaches have this dilemma. How is this transition going to be? I was very fortunate when Tracy went down that I got a chance to play a lot. So I was able to get my foot in the door, gain that trust of the locker room. But you never know what's going to happen. And we have young guys right now who are trying to establish themselves. But I didn't establish myself overnight. It took me many years to do that. And I think that's just the process that's going on right now here in Montreal.
You have a lot of quarterbacks coming up from the States, something that you did years ago. What's that like, learning the Canadian game, being thrown into the fire a little bit quickly?
Well, I think the biggest thing for me was just the size of the field. It was still football. It was still reading the defense, throwing it to receivers, scoring touchdowns. It was just the size of the field that I had to make an adjustment to because, when you're throwing to the wide field, you think you could get it out there, but the ball's in the air a lot longer. Now you're playing with professional athletes, and early on in my career, I had the ball going the other way, and that was an adjustment period. But for me, that's what it was.
Well, someone who's trying to help that adjustment period for all the quarterbacks is the new quarterback coach, Jeff Garcia. Now, you two played against each other in the CFL, and people might not know you also played each other in college, San Jose State, Utah State. So I'm going to throw you a fun one here. Anthony Calvillo, Jeff Garcia, head-to-head today. Who would come out on top?
I mean, Jeff has been great over his career, and I think he's still pretty jacked up right now. He keeps himself in great shape. For me, I pretty much took a year off of not doing anything, and that includes lifting weights. So, he might have the edge right now.
So all the comeback talk is out the window. It's golf exclusively now.
It's spending time with the family, trying to work on my golf game, but that has not been going very well.
All right, well, Jeff Garcia, trying to teach the quarterbacks, bring them up to speed. For yourself, you thought about going into the coaching ranks. I know the Alouettes wanted you on their staff early this season, and you said you needed a year away from the game. Where are we in terms of the thoughts of you rejoining or joining the Alouettes coaching staff?
For me, it hasn't changed. The plan is to get into the coaching ranks in 2015. For me, when I return back from my vacation, I just have way too many things on my plate right now. A lot of charity work, a lot of organizations I'm involved with, and again, I just wanted to commit to that. And so that's the plan right now, is to get into the coaching ranks next year.
Jeff Garcia, yourself, you guys make this game look so effortless. If you wanted to be a coach, how do you translate something that looks so natural to you to a quarterback who might not understand it immediately?
I think that's going to be my challenge, and that's why for me, when I get into the coaching ranks, I feel that I have to start at a position like a quarterback coach, because I have to make sure that the knowledge that I have up here in my head, that I could verbally explain that to somebody and not get frustrated if they don't understand it. And I have to make sure that's something that I'm going to be good at. So that's the challenge, and to be patient. I see the coaches working very hard all the time, and even dealing with Mark Trestman and Scott Milanovich, and there's times they have plays, they're trying to explain stuff to me. I'm like, I just don't see it, I don't get it. And you can see their reaction, but they've been used to it for so many years. They're like, you know what? He's the one that's going to play. We're going to give him the option. If he doesn't like it, then so be it. Now, that wasn't the case when I was a young quarterback. When I'm a young quarterback, the coach said, this is what you're going to run, and that's it. But it took time for me to establish myself.
Well, he spoke about how the coaches spoke to you. Maybe in a year, you're going to be having this conversation with a young quarterback for the Montreal Alouettes. Well, Anthony, thank you very much for joining me today, and I wish you continued success in your retirement.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it.